We have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. About 2 years ago, we departed on a very similar mission that we are going to execute, hopefully, today. We are on the edge of the Guadalupe River here, tucked away in Texas hill country, getting ready to film another Devil's River-esque style video. Last time we filmed a giant river float like this, we had a plan, we had a system, we had guides, we had people telling us where to put in and where to take out. I figured that's pointless, that's boring. No one wants to see you succeed and have a mission and have an actual itinerary. So rather than coming up with a solid plan, we've decided to launch here. We are just under Route 10 on the Guadalupe River, and we're gonna be floating 20 miles, 30 miles, 40 miles, 50 miles, I have no idea. But we've got 2 kayaks loaded full of camera gear, fishing rods, and enough to get us by for the next couple of days. We are quite literally gonna be living out of these kayaks, chasing everything and anything that swims in these waters. This is an epic journey. I've wanted to film a video series like this. You guys have been asking, like, can we get another Devil's River style video? I love the Devil's River. I'd love to go back, but let's try something new and let's do it our own way. Things will inevitably go bad. We will break shit. We will probably get lost, and we have no way of getting back. My truck is parked right here, and we have no vehicle to get us back to the truck. The only thing that's on my mind right now is getting in this water, fishing, and filming an absolute amazing series for you guys at home. Let's not waste another breath, hit the river, and let's conquer the Guadalupe. First port is really like a freaking 1/8 of a mile in. You gotta get out. It's ridiculous. Well, we're probably about a mile into this journey so far, and it's been mostly on land, it seems. This is kind of what I anticipated with the ongoing drought here in Texas. A lot of these rivers are taking a hurt, and even in some of the rainy areas, kind of like where we're at right now, Texas hill country can be dry, but generally speaking, they do get some water. Luckily, the Guadalupe is fed by some natural springs, so the river itself does continue to have a steady flow, although this is about what you'd expect. It's not going to be like gushing with the springs. What we need is some good rain, and I got sick and tired of waiting, so I said, screw it, let's plan this trip. Even if it means we have to work our asses off for a couple of bites, I'm down with it. I don't care. Oh, it's a big drop. All right, we're walking. Oh. What is that? There you go. Come on. I know you want it. Oh, he's got it. Got him. That was so cool, dude. That was so freaking cool. I don't know if he's gonna stay hooked. Not what I thought our first hookup would be today, but an interesting one at that. It's a freaking gar. We pulled over in this little pond that is adjacent to the actual river, and this obviously was once the river when the water was higher, but as it's dropped, as the water levels dropped, it's created this little pond, and they're still fishing it. Oh, he just took my popper. No, I can't believe he just took my popper. What the hell? He done stole my popper. Shoot, that's the only one I had too. No. I should have known better than to cast at that fish. That was dumb. Oh, there we go. There we go. What do we have here? A little bass. First catch of the trip, and it is the one that I wanted to catch. That being a Guadalupe bass. This is so cool. This is a fish that is only native to Texas, believe it or not. I know at first glance it probably looks like a spotted bass or largemouth, but this is its own unique style of bass. They're really ferocious, they're super aggressive, and they're all throughout this hill country area down here in Texas, especially the Guadalupe River, given its name, Guadalupe bass. Just a wee little dude, but that was fun. Just took a single cast in there with the big swim bait, and he throttled it. I'm gonna send him back in the water. It's pretty hot. That's an awesome first catch. I think that's a good omen to catch a Guadalupe bass in the Guadalupe River. Buddy just slaughtered it. We were coming up on some different looking stuff over here. The water's getting cleaner. It's a little bit more blue. It's deeper. Rather than mud and sand, it's more like slate rock. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but yeah, you probably can. There's giant rocks everywhere. And that usually sets up for a good little formula for bass to start showing up. I don't know how much of the river we just passed was like even worth bass fishing. It's one of the reasons why we just have been mostly paddling and not fishing. So there you have it. First freaking fish of the day, a guad. They don't get very big. I think the state record is like 4 pounds. I definitely believe there's some 5-pounders all throughout Texas, but they don't seem to grow as efficiently as largemouth and smallmouth do. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, did he get me snagged? That little fish has got me snagged. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, it's another guad. Oh, he's beautiful. These fish are so epic. These fish are so freaking epic. I just barely got him hooked. Well, that's a little bit better. For a guad, that's not bad. They don't get huge. State record's only 4 pounds. This guy's like, you know, 3 pounds shy of that, maybe a little more, 3.5 pounds shy of that. Wow, I love it. We've done it. We've caught our first true official fish. I did catch one of these guys earlier, but he was really little. This guy's a little bit bigger. Oh, you're so ferocious. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this species of bass, this is a Guadalupe bass. They're endemic to the Guadalupe River and more broadly native to Texas, and only Texas. This is one of the only states where you can find these fish. They don't get very big. 4 pounds is what they kind of max out at, but I do believe there's probably 5-pounders somewhere. And they're so freaking cool. The beauty of a smallmouth spot and a largemouth all combined, and they thrive in these river systems. I mean, look at his gut. He's got shad probably in there, some dragonflies. This is a true river demon. Caught him on a big swim bait too, just to show what kind of attitude they have. This is amazing. Nice little first start of the trip. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of these dudes, but we want to bring the big camera out just to get an example as to how freaking sweet these fish are and how cool they are in this river. If I say cool more time, I might vomit, but you guys get the point. Let's get a nice underwater shot and send him on his way. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's a phantom. He just disappears. We send him back in the water and he just vanishes. This trip's not only about mirroring our Devil's River experience in a new setting and a new scene and doing it a completely different way, but it's also about just showing you all the diversity of life in here. We're not just after bass. I brought some other gear. We're gonna dabble with some different species. Like I said, you can catch anything from rainbow trout, brown trout, all the way up to striped bass, gar, carp, so many different types of bluegill species too, which we might dabble in as well. But the reason why a lot of people come here to fish is to chase after those guads, those largemouth, those smallmouth too. I do believe there's spotted bass in here, and also we may come across a meanmouth bass, which is such a unique and strange fish because it's a hybrid between a largemouth and a smallmouth, or sometimes a smallmouth and a spotted bass. This is a 7.3 Guggen Elite Rod, high gear ratio reel, and I'm just looking for any sort of deep water. That fish came out of a cypress tree, and one thing you'll notice as we progress down this river is a lot of the bank is lined with these cypress trees, and they are home to fish. If not bass, bluegill, crappie, bait fish. These bald cypresses are all over Texas, and they like to grow near the water's edge. So it's just neat to be out here casting like in inches of water and catching unique fish that you couldn't find back home. Big swim baits, little fish. Hopefully they come up in size, but if not, I'm vibing it. Oh, Jesus, nice fish. Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh my gosh, nice fish. Stay out of there. Oh wow, nice fish. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh my God, what do I do here? What do I do here? Nice fish. Oh boy. Stay pinned, old girl. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Oh my God, I'm so f***ed up right now. This is not good. Giant fish. I have a giant fish on and I am all messed up. Do not come off, old girl. Oh, she's got me in the trees. I'm gonna get her out though. Oh my God. Oh my God, giant fish. Giant bass, come here. Come here, old girl. Come here, old girl. Come here, old girl. Come here, old girl, let me touch you. Woo! Let's go, baby. Look at that fish. That is unreal. That was hands down, the hardest fight of my life. I think I shit myself.
You right off that tree?
Yeah, I think I was snagged and it came on.
Snagged at first.
I think I was snagged and then it came off and he crushed it. Oh, you good? Yep. Oh my God, I just lost that fish with a boga grips. Oh my God, smoked my knee too. Oh, that hurt so bad. Oh, he wasn't done fighting. Oh, I'm getting old. This is what happens when you're a dad. Your whole body just shuts down. I had this fish on the boga grip and he came undone on the kayak. He wasn't on all the way. I had to fight for the fish twice. I'm such a freaking idiot. It just goes to show how little time I've been spent on a kayak and barely keep a fish in the freaking boat. But take a look at that. Normally these kind of moments happen at the end of our trip, but we've been blessed. Within the first few miles of floating, we have got just a behemoth Guadalupe largemouth. It is wild to think that you can come in here and mess around with these little Guadalupe bass and all of a sudden you can catch a fish of this tier. Matter of fact, the Guadalupe River largemouth record is 12 pounds. So while this is a big fish, they get very, very big and much larger in here. But dude, this is a stud. I hope we can find some more throughout this trip. It's gonna be difficult, but I think a lot of these big fish are gonna be in small, tight areas like this. I mean, it's ankle deep all the way up until you get to where that fish bit, and that's probably about 5 feet. And they're working with what they got. They don't have a whole lot of water to thrive in at the moment, but if you find a nice little pool with some shade and cover, you can come up on top like this. Wow. Oh yeah, for weight. Ooh, is she thick? Almost 5.5 pounds for our first largemouth of the trip. That's dangerous, dude. Ooh, that freaking, look at the meat on that sucker. Ooh. It's as if he was never caught. These river fish have 2x the power that lake fish normally would have because their whole lives are spent fighting the current. They're constantly swimming against this moving water, and they're just so muscular and foul and fierce. And ooh, as Theo Von would say, that was a top tier mud guppy. Let's get another one, man. That feels so good. I could honestly catch him like nothing else the rest of the day and be totally content. We also might have to camp here too because I've dislocated like 9 bones. But anyway, let's keep paddling. Hey yo, what's up, PP head? That was lit. It's a freaking guad, let's go, baby. Guad on the frog. Mwah. Love it. Oh. Nasty, nasty. Another guad. These guads love the current, man. He wanted some of that swam bait. Come here, buddy. Almost got you. Oh, and he's released himself. There he goes. See you later, G. We're on an island right now in the middle of the Guadalupe River. I believe we floated approximately, drumroll please, this is gonna impress you guys, a whopping 5 miles. 5 miles. That is nothing. Usually you can float like 8 to 10 miles a day on average if you're slow. But we've dealt with this for the majority of the beginning of day 1 and the stepping stone of this entire trip. But what's cool is the sun's setting. We're literally moments away from where we'll be camping. The laws for camping on the river are kind of wishy-washy. Like there's really no straightforward yes or no. It really all depends on what is considered to be navigable water. One technicality that always seems to sway, at least videos that I've seen of other people camping the river, is that landowners don't want you camping on islands in the middle of the river because they think that's their land, but technically that's the riverbed. So if it's a navigable body of water like the Guadalupe River, we should be fine. Like where we're standing right now, this is normally underwater. So this would be considered public. If I go up on that green grass over there, that's private. That's somebody's land, and there's some weird laws that dictate otherwise, but for the most part, we should be Gucci to camp out on this little island. As much as I'd love to camp out on something like this, I just want to try to, you know, not walk the fine line between what is right and what is wrong, or what is legal and illegal. But it's been a sweet float thus far. We really have to pick up the pace tomorrow. Gotta get some serious rest. Today really kicked our asses. I know Caleb is drenched in sweat. I'm drenched in sweat. A freaking cup of warm soup and some music and some water and maybe respooling some line on these reels is all we need to settle down and get ready for day number 2. Oh my gosh. There we go. Home sweet home. This is where we'll be camping tonight. This is all about the experience. Like today we fished, we got to see what this river is all about, but now we get to settle down, camp under the bald cypress trees, listen to the river flow past us, in which we just caught those fish from, and game plan for tomorrow's session. I'm excited. I think we're definitely have to pick up some ground for what we lost today. Normally 8-9 miles is what we want to float. Today we only floated like 5, if that. And I also thought we were going downstream when we were looking for a drop-in point, but we were actually going upstream. So we just added to this journey. The plan is no plan. That's kind of what we're going with here. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how we camp on the river. This is a nice little spot, not too rocky. Gonna set up base camp and get hunkered down for the night and rest up for tomorrow's fishing mission. This is my first meal of the entire day. Been up since 3 a.m. These things are sweet, they're really easy. We're not affiliated with them at all, but they are cool. I don't know if they're good for you. They can't be, because all you need to do is like add water to the container, and the little pouch that they give you somehow reacts with the, I don't know, the water. It can be any water. You can literally pee in this thing. Not in this thing, but in the other package, and it heats it up for you. You don't need a flame or anything like that. But anyway, on tonight's menu, here in the Guadalupe, we are eating beef and lentil soup with some barbecue sauce. It's like the best thing I ever put in my mouth. Yikes. That is not where you want to make camp. The sun has set. It's getting dark. We're getting tired. We are charging camera gear, and as we're charging camera gear and winding down the night, we realized that we set up base camp right over a fire nest mound, which is pretty dope. That's nice.
Fire ants, fireflies.
Fire ants, I prefer fireflies. Fire ants are a little bit mean. Anyway, we got everything set up. Big battery hooked up to camera batteries, which we're charging. Got mosquito repellent. Gonna make some coffee in the morning, so we got that all situated. Then we got the laptop, which is dumping the footage. And then we have a mound of fire ants. As we settle down for the night in the Texas Hill Country, and listen to the Guadalupe River pass us by, we're just kind of hanging out, watching the fireflies flicker behind us. It's just natural beauty, and it's what I think I needed. I think we both needed this. I've been spending a lot of time on the boat, doing a lot of stuff in town, just boring, rudimentary, day-to-day BS. And this is really where I feel like I thrive, and this is the kind of stuff I love filming. But we're peacing out, signing out. We'll catch you guys in the morning. Hopefully tomorrow we absolutely go crank them. Oh my God, was it a bat on my back? That felt big. Felt like a moth. But yeah, I'm gonna rig up some stuff tomorrow morning. We're gonna get it back after it. So I'm not sure if we're gonna make this a 2-part series, 3-part series, 4-part series, or we just might make it a big, long movie. So I'm not gonna say we'll catch you in the morning. I might just say we'll catch you here in a few moments. But peacing out, signing out, and good night.